Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a level 2, 3 forward folding based class. So we get into a bunch of inversions. So we do handstand, pincher, headstand, we do some core work, and then we work our way towards titibasana and titibasana. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe. There are lots of bugs here today. And if you want to know more, or if you want to know more, or you have class requests, please head over to my Instagram or leave me a comment below. We're going to get started today in a downward facing dog. Starting in your downward facing dog, ground down evenly through both hands. Turn the eyes of the elbows forward and make sure you're not hyperextending through the elbows. Send the heels down towards the floor, they don't have to touch. And reach long through the torso, taking as much of a bend in through your knees as you need to. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then big exhale through the mouth. One more like that. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And start to breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the arms just as they are. You're just going to start to bend the knees, sending the hips back towards the heels so you're in this crouching position with the knees hovering above the floor. As you inhale, you're going to shift forward into your high plank. Feel free to drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring the knees to hover. Come forward on your inhale. Exhale, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Keep going like that for a couple more cycles of breath, moving to your own pace. And wherever you are, the next place we're going to meet is in our high plank. Start to take some circles on the wrists. Once again, feeling free to drop yourself to a tabletop position here. And then take it in the other direction. And then come back to your high plank. Send energy through the tail, through the heels, through the crown of the head. And bring your right leg to hover. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, without changing anything in the spine, you're just going to draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, send it back. 2 more times. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, take it back. 1 more. Exhale, set the right foot down. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, hover that left foot. And then keeping the spine neutral, you're going to exhale, just use the hip flexors to draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, take it back. Take 2 more on your own. See if you can keep both hips facing down towards the floor. Take it back to plank. And then as you exhale, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring yourself forward into your plank. Take the feet a little bit wider for a wider base of support. The left hand is going to come slightly in towards midline. Keeping both hips facing down, you're going to reach the right arm forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep it off to the side, tap the hip. Inhale, sweep it around and forward. 2 more just like that, as if you're cleaning a window with your right arm. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, take the right hand slightly towards center. Reach the left arm forward. And then as you exhale, take a big arc, sweep it around to tap the hip. Inhale, sweep it forward. Take 2 more. And then take the hands underneath the shoulders. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk the feet to the distance of the mat. So we're coming into a wide-legged downward facing dog. And then see if you can sink the chest back towards the shins a little bit more. But keep the length in through the spine, so don't just let the ribs flare. Try and keep a little bit of a rib to hip connection and really open up through the thoracic. And then keeping the feet wide, we're going to shift it back forward into that plank pose. Take the feet a footprint back, and then you're going to walk the hands a handprint forward. Feet back, hands forward, feet back, hands forward. Keep going as far as you can until you come into your kind of longest expression of a plank. If you want to make this a little bit harder, start to walk the feet back in towards each other. And if that's still going well, maybe you come up onto the fingertips. Draw the ribs and the hips together, but keep length through the whole body. Take 3 more breaths here in your hollow plank. You came up onto the fingers, come back down to the palms. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale here in your plank, and then as you exhale, you're just going to lower the knees down, coming into a tabletop position. We'll take a couple of rounds of cat-cow at your own pace. Find yourself in a neutral spine. Gentle bend in through the elbows, tuck underneath the toes, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into our bear hover. So just hovering the knees above the mat. Take an inhale here. And then just like we did in the plank, everything stays the same except you're just going to draw that right knee towards the elbow. Inhale, send it back long behind you. Reach the heel to the height of the hip. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, come into your hover. Same on the left leg, keep everything the same. Draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. One more. Exhale, come to your hover. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, come back into a short kind of downward dog just for an inhale. And then as you exhale, shift it back forward into your hover. Take the feet a little bit wider if you need to. Try and keep the hips facing towards the floor. Ground down through the right palm. Sweep the left hand forward, inhale. And then exhale, sweep it back. Take 2 more like this. Try and keep both knees even. So your left knee is going to want to swing off to the side. See if you can draw it back down to face the floor. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, plant the left hand. Inhale, right hand forward. Exhale, sweep it back. This time, draw that right knee underneath the hip. Take 2 more. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, set it down. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. As you inhale, sweep that right leg up behind you. 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, scoop forward, round the spine, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, tap right knee, right elbow. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, tap right knee, left elbow. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, round it forward, knee to nose, shift onto the back toe. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward dog. Start to walk the feet towards the backs of the wrists and come into a forward fold. Taking opposite hand to opposite elbow, take a moment to ragdoll. Maybe interlacing the fingers, giving the wrists a little bit of a roll out. And dropping the hands towards the floor, gentle bend in the knees. Drop the tailbone towards the floor as you start to stack the spine, coming all the way to stand. Head and neck will be last to come up. Surya Namaskar A, we're not doing any back bend today. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale for the first one, step back, plank pose. Shift forward, lower down halfway, chaturanga. You can always drop the knees. Whole hand presses as you come straight back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, raise. 4 more rounds. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step, walk or float. Land with bent elbows if you're jumping. Inhale, straight back to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to raise. We've got 2 more rounds exactly like that. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. This time bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to stand. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Step the right leg forward. Either keep the back heel raised or drop it for warrior one or crescent pose. It depends how your back knee feels. Exhale, plant the hands. Chaturanga, option for single leg. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Step the left leg forward. Inhale to your crescent or your warrior one. Wherever you are, draw the left hip back. Exhale, plant the hands. Chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale to stand. 4 more rounds. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Right leg steps. Inhale, raise up for your warrior. Exhale, take it through your vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, plant the hands, take it through. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Right leg steps. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Left leg steps. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. 2 more rounds. Inhale, chair. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg steps. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg steps. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to stand. Take this last round on your own. We'll meet back at the top of the mat in Tadasana. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Take the peace fingers, hook them around the big toes. Inhale, gentle bend in the knees as you lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, fold deeply, drawing the elbows off to the side, letting the crown of the head draw towards the floor. Maybe taking a moment to shake the head, yes and no. Get rid of any mosquitoes that are trying to attack you. Keep a hold of the right big toe, take the left hand to the left hip, shift the weight to the left foot, and start to come to standing, bringing that right foot with you. Stay here or start to extend the right leg out in front of you, titibasana. Draw the right shoulder back, the right hip crease down, and stand along through the line from the crown of your head to your ankle. And then slowly, with control, you're going to release the right foot. Start to send it back behind you as you tilt the torso forward. We're coming into Warrior 3. Take a moment to gently bend the left leg. Take the hands to the hips. See if you can relatively square the hips to the floor. Draw energy through the right heel. Toes face the floor. And then maybe you start to sweep the arms out in front of you. Start to bend through the left knee. Step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up for your Anjaneyasana. Draw the left hip back. Maybe take the right hand to the front of the pelvis. Draw the front hand up and the left back hand down. One more inhale here, and then as you exhale, start to straighten out through the front legs, send the hips back, Ardha Hanuman. You might need to walk that left foot forward a little bit, reach the sternum forward, and think of the sternum reaching the ankle as opposed to just flopping and getting the head to the knee. Keep the right hip above the right knee. Plant down through the left foot, lift the back knee, come forward into a lizard lunge. So walk the left foot a little bit to the left, hands to the inside. You can stay here, or maybe you lower down onto the forearms. Keep the left foot planted, or you can turn it out to the side slightly if you need to, but keep the sole of the foot on the ground. Always an option to drop the back leg if you need to. Come back up onto the hands. If you went to the elbows, walk that left foot in so that it's center in your runner's lunge. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift the back foot, coming into a standing split. Right toes point down towards the floor. Strong engagement through the right leg. And then the option to hold the back of the left calf with the left hand, maybe the left ankle with the right hand. From here, you're going to ground down through the left foot. We're coming all the way to standing, extending that right leg out in front of us. And then reaching the hands up and overhead for standing stack. Plant the right foot next to the left, inhale. And then as you exhale, forward fold. This time pick the toes up, slip the hands underneath the feet. So the palms are resting on the soles of the feet. I'm really having trouble talking today. Padahastasana. Start to lift the feet, unwind the hands, take the left fingers, hook them around the left big toes. You shift the weight to the right foot, come all the way to standing and extend that left leg out in front of you. Draw the left shoulder back, the left hip crease down. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Slowly start to bring that left foot in, send it back behind you as you hinge the torso forward, making your way into Warrior 3. Gentle bend in through the right knee so that right knee keeps tracking forward. Strong engagement through the back of the left leg, maybe reach the arms forward. Start to bend through the right knee as you step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Maybe taking left hand to the belly, right hand to the sacrum. Draw the left hand up, the right hand down to feel the length in the spine. And then grow the ribs away from the pelvis without flaring out through the front. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Draw the right hip back, the sternum forward. Plant down through the right foot. Start to shift yourself forward, coming into your lizard lunge, whatever that looks like for you. And just knowing that one side might be different to the other, we try and make it as even as we can. If you're down on your elbows, see if you can get as much weight in through the right elbow as you can through the left. Start to come back up onto the hands if you went down. Walk the right foot in towards the center. Press up off the left foot, coming into your standing splits. Option to challenge your balance by removing the hands from the floor. And then strongly engage the right glute as you come all the way up to standing, bringing that left leg out in front of you for standing staff pose. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Gently drawing the left hip down in line with the right. And then draw the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. And then as you exhale, you're going to send the hips back, reach the arms forward, coming into Ardha Utkatasana. If it's too much to have the hands forward, you can always draw them back behind you so you're more in a skier's pose. Wherever you are, think of lengthening the back of the neck. Bring the hands into the heart. Start to shift the weight into the left leg. We're coming into dingasana. So it's like warrior three, but the left leg is bent. Keep that left hip hugging in, the left knee facing forward. And either keep the hands at the heart or start to reach them forward. Step the right toes back. Keep the right knee lifted. Inhale, come up to your crescent lunge. As you exhale, keep the torso upright. Just dip the back knee to tap the floor. Inhale, crescent. Exhale to dip. Take 3 more. Inhale into your crescent. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, come into extended pyramid pose. The back heel won't touch the floor. The left hip draws back, gentle bend in the left knee. If you want to challenge your balance, parallel the torso, send the arms off to the side for aeroplane wings. From here, you're going to pivot the right heel down, start to rotate towards the long end of your mat. Inhale in your flat back with wide legs. And then as you exhale, Prasarita Purottanasana, wide leg forward fold. You can hang out here, or if you have a headstand in your practice, bring the crown of the head to the floor, come up onto the tippy toes, and as slowly as you can, you're going to straddle the legs just to hip height. So you're kind of in an L shape. The legs can be wide, or you can draw the feet together. Keep lengthen through the spine and see if you can bring the bend from the hip creases. Slowly start to re-straddle the legs. If you came up, set the feet down. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Start to walk yourself back towards the top of the mat. Send that left foot forward and then step up onto the left foot, coming into your standing splits. You can stay here, or if you have handstand or want to practice handstand hops, you can play around with that. If you came up into your handstand, slowly lower that left leg down. Come all the way up to standing stack. Extend that right leg out in front of you. Stay here, or maybe this time you can reach the hands around the sole of the foot and then start to extend that right leg forward. With or without a hold on the foot, we're going to make our way all the way down into a pistol squat. So start to bend through the left leg, send the hips back. So the more you send the hips back, the lower you'll be able to get. Maybe you raise up onto the toes of the left foot. And you can keep a hold of the foot, or you can challenge your balance and the strength of that right quad by releasing the hands. Slowly with control, lower the hips down to the floor, grab a hold of the sole of that right foot if you don't already, and come into heron pose. You can keep that left leg bent with the sole of the foot to the floor, or you can release the left leg out in front of you. If you sent the left leg long, re-bend it, plant the foot. See if you can come back up into your pistol squat. Maybe you need to use the hands for a little bit of support. And then we're going to come all the way back up to standing. So with or without a grip on the right foot, we're going to come all the way back up to standing. And then exhale, slowly release that foot. Bend the knees, sink the hips, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come into your half chair. Inhale, this time reach the arms forward. Keep the torso parallel as you exhale. You're going to sweep them behind you, palms face up, squeeze the triceps. Inhale, reach the arms forward, palms face down. Exhale, sweep them back, palms face up. 3 more here. And this time as you inhale, you're going to shift the weight back onto the right foot. Step the left leg back. Inhale into your crescent. Exhale, dip the left knee. Inhale, crescent pose. Keep the right knee bent. Exhale to dip. Inhale to crescent. Take 3 more. Inhale into crescent. Exhale, extended pyramid. Hands are either on the floor or lift up to that flat back position. Send the arms off to a capital T. Back of the neck is long. Start to pivot the left heel down as you rotate to face the long end of your mat. Take an inhale in your flat back and then exhale, forward fold. Staying here, or once again, option to go upside down into your headstand. Maybe this time you take foot taps. So as you inhale, straddle the legs up into your headstand. And then start to lower the toes down. So see if you can do it. So as you inhale, tap the toes to the floor. As you exhale, straddle the legs up, tap the heels. Wherever you are, we're going to take 3 more breaths. If you went upside down, lower the feet back down. We all meet in a forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Start to walk yourself back to the front of the mat. Turn the right foot to face forward and come up into your standing split. You can stay here or plant the hands and maybe play around with your handstand or your handstand hops. I'm on a very uneven, slanted surface. It's not doing me any favors today. If you manage to catch some air time, take that right leg down into your standing split. Ground down through the right foot. Come all the way up into your standing staff. Stay here with the left leg floating, or draw the foot in so that you can interlace the hands around the sole of the foot and then start to re-extend, seeing if you can draw the sternum towards the foot. Maybe the forehead can come to the shin. And then we're going to come into our pistol squat with or without a grip on the foot. So start to send the hips back, bend in through the right knee. Maybe you need to lift the right heel, and you can keep a grip on the foot, or you can release the hands, coming to balance. And slowly send the hips towards the floor. Take a hold of the sole of the left foot and start to extend that left leg for heron pose. Remembering you can also extend the right leg if you want to. Wherever you are, think of lengthening through the upper back. And then planting the sole of the right foot on the floor, coming back up into your pistol squat. And then with or without the use of your hands, coming all the way back up to standing. Release the left foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, chair pose. This time as you exhale, raise up onto the toes, sweep the arms back. Stay on the toes, send the hips back, torso parallel. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, upright the torso as you sweep the arms back. Inhale, come into a halfway chair on your toes, reach the arms forward. Exhale, draw the arms back, chair on the tippy toes. 3 more just like that, staying on the toes, moving from a half chair into a chair with the arms back. Maybe squeezing the upper back muscles and the backs of the arms. Lower the heels down, inhale, chair pose. And then as you exhale, step back into a power lunge. So this time you're reaching the arms forward, crown of the head forward, torso is in a 45. Draw the left hip back. Draw the hands to heart center. Shiva squat. Draw the right knee back behind the left. Inhale, send it long, Dingasana. Exhale, draw the arms and the leg in, shrimp squat. So the left leg's not moving. Inhale, send the arms and the leg long, Dingasana. Take 3 more here. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it long. This time as you inhale, send it back, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop the back foot, come into your warrior 1 legs. If that doesn't work on the back knee, you're going to stay on the back toes. Inhale, interlace the fingers behind you, open the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to dive forward, coming into a humble warrior. The left shoulder comes to the inside of the left knee. If that's not available in your body, you're just going to fold directly over the left thigh. There's so many mosquitoes here. I can literally count 6 mosquitoes on my ankle. From here, keep the fold forward. You're just going to place the hands to the inside of the left leg. Walk the left leg over to the left, and then come back into your runner's lunge. Into your lizard lunge. You can stay here, or we can work towards the bind, working the left shoulder underneath the left knee. Maybe you reach the hand so that the back of the hand comes to rest on the left hip, and then maybe you can reach that right arm around, coming into a bound lizard lunge. You can always drop the back knee here if you need to. From here, you're going to release the hands, step back to a plank, and then lower right forearm, lower left forearm. We're going to walk the feet in, coming into a dolphin pose. Shoulders are directly over the elbows. And you can hang out here, or if you have a pincha mayurasana in your practice, you can start to come up into pincha. See how I go on this slanty surface? Hopefully I don't fall in the pool. If you came up into your pincha, slowly come back down into your forearm plank. And then we're going to plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder, right hand underneath the right shoulder. Take it back into downward facing dog. Option to stay in your downward facing dog, or as you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward from here. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right fingertips, left foot to the outside of the left fingertips. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. And then as you exhale, fold. Take a generous bend in through the knees. And just like we just did in our lizard lunge, you're going to take the left arm, start to snuggle it underneath the left shoulder, and then reach that arm back and around, seeing if you can get the back of the hand to the back of the left hip. Then reach the right arm to the sky and wrap it around the back, seeing if you can reach for the bind. If that went well, you can start to straighten the legs any amount. Go away. I'm not your breakfast. Slowly release the bind if you have it. Parallel the feet. Inhale, come into a halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, sweep the arms back, raise up onto the tippy toes. Inhale, come into that half chair, reaching the arms forward. Exhale, balance chair. 4 more just like that. Plant the heels and then step yourself back into a power lunge on the right side. Right hip draws back, fingertips reach forward. If that's too much, you always can reach the hands back behind you. Draw the hands into heart center. Start to shift the weight forward. Draw the left knee behind the right for your Shiva squat. And then as you inhale, keep the bend in the right leg. Just send the left leg long and the arms reaching forward. Exhale, collapse it into your Shiva squat. Inhale, Dindasana. Exhale. Inhale. Take 2 more. Should really feel your right glute working hard here. And this time, step it all the way back. My balance is off today. Into your crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Stay in your crescent or drop the back heel for warrior 1 legs. Interlace the fingers the non-dominant way. Inhale, open up the chest. And then as you exhale, fold it forward. Humble warrior. Release the hands to the inside of the right foot. Start to walk the right foot off to the right, step the left foot back, and come into your lizard lunge. Stay here or start to shift the hips back as you work that right shoulder underneath the right leg, maybe reaching around for your bind. Release the hands back to the inside of the right leg. Step the right leg all the way back. Lower left elbow, lower right elbow coming into your forearm plank. And then walk the feet forward for your dolphin pose. Once again, feel free to stay here or maybe take some dolphin waves. Or if Pincha Mayurasana is in your practice or you want to take a headstand or a handstand, feel free to play around with that now. Wherever you are in your inversion, think of lengthening through the lower back, really engaging the glutes and the lower abs. If you came upside down, slowly we all make our way back into a forearm plank. Plant the right hand underneath the right shoulder, left hand underneath the left shoulder. Come back into your plank and shift it up into downward facing dog. Feel free to stay here or move through a vinyasa. Step the left leg up outside the left hand. Step the right leg up outside the right hand. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. And then with a generous bend in through the knees, fold forward on your exhale. Start to work the right shoulder back behind the right leg. Maybe reaching the right hand for the hip, or reaching the left hand up and over and around the back for the bind. If that went well, you can start to straighten out through the legs. Slowly release. Keep the feet about mat distance apart. Inhale, you're going to halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Just allow the blood to reverse its course for a minute. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold forward again. So we're going to make our way into titibasana and bhujapidasana. So you can stop anywhere along the line. If you want, you can always have blocks behind the feet that can act as little arm extenders. So you're going to bend deeply into both knees. So coming into somewhere between a malasana and an Ardha Utkatasana. Start to work both shoulders behind both knees and then start to work the heels in towards the center midline. This might be where you stay in this nice deep little packet. You can always bring the hands to rest on the tops of the feet and then just let the head fall, looking back behind you. If you want to take the arm balance, start to sink the hips down so that the backs of the legs rest on the backs of the arms. Start to take the hands behind you, and depending on how long your arms are, I have short little arms, so my hands stay off the floor for quite a while, but you're going to start to shift the weight back into the hands or the blocks, and then start to walk the feet forward, hands back, feet forward, hands back, feet forward, and maybe you stay here, resting on the arms, hugging the elbows in towards each other with the feet on the floor. Maybe you can play around with lifting one foot. Maybe you can play around with reaching both feet. And depending on the flexibility in your hips, maybe you can take one ankle and cross it over the other. I don't have that flexibility, so I'm just going to kind of Stay here in this little hybrid. Wherever you are, think of lengthening the spine as much as you can. Hug those elbows in towards each other. 2 more breaths, Bujapidasana. And then slowly, we're going to start to lower the hips down towards the floor. Keep the backs of the legs hugging into the arms. You're just going to take the hands, reach them around the outsides of the heels, and then start to extend the legs up into this kind of Navasana, Upstavishta Konasana variation sort of thing. It's kind of more of a Pilates sort of move. Keep lengthening through the spine, engaging through the center. And then from here, make sure you've got enough room behind you. You're going to release the grip on your feet. We're going to roll all the way back along the spine and then come and meet in a chair pose at the top of the mat. So start to curl, C curve through the spine. Roll all the way back. Get some momentum. Plant the feet. Inhale into Utkatasana. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Take the feet a little bit wider again. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. So this time we're going for titibasana. If your hamstrings are super tight, it's going to look a little bit more like what I do. And if you have a lot of flexibility, then you'll probably be able to get your legs straight. So we start the same way. Start by taking a nice deep bend in through the legs, and then work one shoulder underneath the back of the leg and then the other. Start to walk the feet in towards each other, and then start by squatting down so that the backs of the legs can press the arms. Stay here, or once again take those hands behind you and we play with that weight shift. This time you're going to take the legs a little bit more off to the side and you're going to straighten out through the knees. So like I said, if you're more flexible through your hips and hamstrings, your shins might be up by your ears. Wherever you are, think of pressing the floor away, hugging the elbows in towards each other. Oops. And lifting up through the sternum. And if you fall out, you can always come back in. And then if you can, we're going to try to jump back to chaturanga from here. So you're going to sweep the legs back behind you, bend into the elbows, and land in your chaturanga. If you don't have the flexibility in the hips, you won't be able to clear the floor, and that's fine. Wherever you're at, we're all going to meet in a downward facing dog. Look towards the front of the mat. Take the hands a little bit wider. Step walk or float yourself through into Navasana, boat pose. Knees can be bent, knees can be straight. Wherever you are, keep nice and tall through the torso and see if you can float those hands out in front of you. From here, you're going to cross over the ankles, left shin in front of right, plant the hands down by the hips, press the floor away. See if you can lift the heels, maybe lift one foot, maybe lift the other foot. Set it down. Come back into Navasana. Cross the legs again, this time right shin in front of left. Plant the hands down by the hips. Think of pressing the floor away. See if you can round the shoulder blades away from each other. And then maybe you can lift up one foot. Maybe you can lift up 2 feet. Slowly lower down, Navasana. And then this time you're going to send the legs out long in front of you. So we've got a couple of options that we're going to play with here. The first one, you're going to plant the hands by the hips, a little bit in front of the hips, but you'll find where works for you. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to press the floor away. See if you can lift the hips up. Stay here, maybe hover one foot, maybe hover the other, or maybe you can hover both feet, even if it's just for a second. Set it down. Inhale, flex the toes back towards you, sweep the arms up and overhead, sitting tall in Utthita Dandasana. See if you can stack the shoulders over the hips. Think of pressing the backs of the legs down into the floor to really engage through the quads. This is a really great postural exercise. It's also really good for strengthening the hip flexors and the quads. It's deceptively hard. One more inhale here. And then as you exhale, this time you're going to plant the fingertips by the knees, or a little bit closer to the body than the knees. Point the feet. Start by lifting just one foot to hover. Lower it down. Lift the other foot to hover. Lower it down. And then keep going like that, or as you exhale, you're going to press into the fingertips, lift both feet, set them down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And take 4 more. We're going to hold up for 5, 4, 3. Keep extending the knees. 2, 1. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Paschimottanasana. And slowly roll yourself all the way up. Move yourself towards the top of the mat. Plant the feet, bend the knees. Inhale, reach the arms forward. And then exhale as slowly as you can. Last little push here through the core. We're going to roll down all the way onto the floor. I'm going to take a bridge pose to counteract all of that. So plant the feet hips distance. Knees track over the toes. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. If you wanted to, you could always take a block underneath the hips and take a supported bridge pose. And slowly roll yourself all the way down. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Take the arms off to capital T. And we're going to take a spinal twist. So take whatever twist feels the best in your body. See if you can keep the right shoulder down on the ground as the knees fall over to the left. Even if that means that the knees don't get all the way to the ground. Inhale, draw yourself through center, and then as you exhale, take it over to the other side. This time keeping the left shoulder down, even if that means the knees don't hit the floor. This helps to distribute the twist more evenly through the spine. And coming back through center, we'll take a happy baby pose. Letting the lower back be wide on the mat, maybe rocking back and forward, side to side. Maybe just letting the neck and the head turn from side to side, releasing any tension there. And then squeezing the knees in towards the chest. Take any other movements that you need. Otherwise, you're going to roll yourself up into a little ball. Squeeze the nose towards the knees. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then big exhale through the mouth. Let everything release into your final resting posture, whatever that looks like for you. And of course, always feeling to take any other movements or poses that you feel like you need to finish your practice. And then when you're ready, turning your palms up towards the sky as a gesture of receiving. And letting go of the judgment and the attachment to whatever did or did not happen in your practice. Knowing that at the end of the day, they're just yoga poses. We come here to breathe, we come here to move. And what it looks like is not super important. Please stay here for as long as you have time for today. Today, as you go forward, may you be kind to yourself in your thoughts, healing in your words, and true in your heart. Namaste.